wonderlandsam.com, and today I'm really excited to be kicking off this new channel. If you read my site, you might have seen that I launched a new series called Real Life Girl Boss, where I interview women that I know in real life who are killing it in some type of creative or less traditional field. But today I'm super excited because we're doing it on camera with Maddie McGuire. You might recognize her if you've seen our movie Trace, that critically acclaimed horror film.
I'm next on the list.
Heather, there's no list. Okay?
Parker, you didn't see the blood?
I think it's still on Hulu or something. If you want to check it out, you can, guess who dies first. But today we're here to talk about Maddie, who is not just an actor. She actually, if I'm being cliche, wears a lot of different hats. So Maddie, welcome.
Thank you, Sam. I'm so excited to be here.
Excited you're here too. Yeah. What are all these different job titles that you have?
I moved out to LA to act. I went to college online and I got a business degree.
Oh, I didn't know that.
With a focus in entrepreneurship and marketing. I was always writing, but I never really saw it as a career. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I started helping my boyfriend produce comedy music videos.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I don't do any of this stuff. Just gotta be a bug or something. Ow! Did you just shock me? It's fine. It just needs a firmware update or something.
And through that, I had started writing a couple shorts and sketches. And then through meeting random people, it was like, oh, I guess I could actually film some of these things. And from there, started my own production company. Yeah. Where now we do reels for actors and music videos and commercials and our own narratives. And then I also do voiceovers, which happened last year too.
Awesome. Yeah. So a lot of different things. I'm exhausted thinking about it. You've been in LA for 6 years, but how long did it take for you to decide that, okay, I just need to make my own content?
I would say it was about 2 years in. I was really fortunate. I had gotten a really good manager, but I was way too green. Once me and him parted ways, it was really tough getting new representation. It was really tough, getting opportunities. And I'd already started writing in a screenplay format for fun. Then I kind of was like, oh, this is cool because I could actually have something for my reel. It kind of started by still aiding my acting. Yeah. And then slowly I was like, oh, there's festivals and there's events and other things I could put these projects in. I almost saw every opportunity, even when I finally got the manager I have now who I adore. It's like anytime now that I have something to give him, he can use that.
Right. If you're not going to get cast, you're not going to be seen. It's like, put yourself in things. Star in your own stuff. So,
I believe in myself.
Yeah. I saw your short P&V a few weeks ago at the new Filmmakers Los Angeles Festival.
My pleasure. I was so excited because I didn't see you in so long.
I know. The new Filmmakers Los Angeles, I actually wrote about that on my site too, so if you want to check it out. But that was one of your first shorts to do, or your first one, right?
Yeah, that was my first project that I had done as I was the writer. I was the sole producer, and I was the actress in it. The guy from my acting class was like, oh, I kind of film stuff. I'm like, you're hired. You're my DP. Found my sound guy on Craigslist, and he's the best person I ever found. I could not believe I found him on Craigslist. He showed up, and I was like, I hope he's okay.
Right, yeah, you don't know what you're getting with.
I put all my own money into it, too. Yeah. At the time when I had $0. I was like, if I don't have dinner tomorrow, I just won't talk to I won't tell my mom.
But you've done how many would you say since then?
I think since then I've probably done over 10 narrative projects. I think as the second I wasn't focusing on acting and auditioning as much, I booked another feature.
Yeah, that's how it happens always when you don't care about it. When you're like, I don't want that job, I don't want it, and then you get it. Yeah. That's how it always works.
I was like, okay, great. I'm doing this one short film, we have the feature coming up. Yeah. And one of my buddies was like, hey, can you put yourself on tape? Okay, you're gonna come to DC for 3 weeks. I'm like, I did end up getting other acting opportunities, but yeah, between all of the reels and music videos and other stuff we filmed too, I would say with our company, we've probably filmed over 30 projects since September.
Dang,
or
girl.
something like that. Yeah.
Dang. This is why I have her on here. Yeah. She's getting stuff done. With any of them, how did you just get the ball rolling as far as, oh, how do I find a crew? How do I cast the actors? How do I get the money?
Me and my writing partner, who own Red Mouse Pictures together, we did this web series and pretty much wrote where we knew every location we'd have for free. No money was going to be spent on equipment because we knew that we'd made a couple purchases that year. Costs going out were essentially going to be like crew and food because we were using a lot of like non-union actors, so they were working deferred. I've gotten lucky just going to a couple festivals and even just being in some of the acting classes I've done, meeting people who crew and who do it on smaller independent projects where they'll be willing to work for lower rates. How can I make sure you're getting what you need out of it and I'm getting what I need out of it? And I've been so surprised at how many people are willing to work like almost in a bartering system. And a good tip I realized that I'll give everybody, people might hate me for it, you're trying to get money to get people to back you. If you already like, oh, we already have $1,500 invested, they don't have to know it's your own money. The way festivals work, they have blocks that they're going to fill with shorts and web series and features, and they only have a certain amount of time. Always submit to the early bird deadline. If it's the regular deadline or the late deadline, they know, okay, we have a 12-minute gap, we have a 2-minute gap, we have a 20-minute gap, and then we already have a couple sci-fi, we have some drama. So if your film isn't like a 20-minute romantic comedy, they're looking for such specific things already.
So you write and you produce and you act. A lot of the more technical things, have you had to learn some of that or like taken classes?
I've definitely been one of those people who've learned on the job. We did a bunch of stuff for people for free for like 6 months to make sure before we actually started like forming the company, we knew what we were doing. It was definitely like a learn through videos. A lot of our friends, we just ask them questions shamelessly all the time.
You wish someone had told you before you moved to LA, for anyone who's thinking about it?
It's totally great to have goals and have a plan, but be really flexible in your approach. And kind of look at the small victories versus the large ones. And all of a sudden you can look back and realize that the large ones were there and you didn't even realize it.
Well, thanks so much for doing this. I will link on the post everything we talked about. Red Mouse Pictures is her company. If you didn't check out the first two that I posted, why not? But also, you can go back and read them. They're some really cool and inspiring women, just like Maddie. And I hope you guys tune in next time. Thanks.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Just a complete universal alignment.
We are locked in a wondrous embrace, and there on that fabulous face is that fabulous look of love.